Welcome in to today's reading. So this reading was kind of inspired by the retrogrades that are going on, but it is also a timeless reading for when you feel kind of uninspired or unmotivated. You kind of want to see the root cause of whatever is kind of keeping you down or what is unmotivating you. So you have piles number 1, 2, and 3. As usual, feel free to pick any of them, either it's 1, 2, or all 3. I'll be starting number 1 in just a few moments. Alright, pile number 1 with the blue kyanite. Okay, so starting off with these 2 cards. You have the rest card and the empowerment card in reverse. So with these 2 together, it feels like you guys are either overworking yourself or you're putting energy into something that's draining. This here card tells me that you probably know what this is, but for others of you, this feels like a reminder to connect with your intuition, to really look at what you're doing in your life or where you're putting your energy into. The first card, even though this could be about relationships for some of you, but for most of you, I feel like this is about whatever this is taking you away from what you want to do or the path you want to be on. It also feels like whatever this is giving unnecessary challenges. However, the breath of life is that message to let go of whatever this is. So this could be a relationship or maybe a connection with someone, but I don't feel like that's what it is for most of you. But again, use your intuition to really find out what that is. Whatever this is really taking you away from what you want to do, and it's just like, it's pretty much a time waster. And this again is saying to let go what that is and just, don't be afraid to drop what that is. I'm embracing a paradigm shift. So what I said before, it is also saying the change may not be easy, but this is also saying that the change is worth more than staying stagnant, staying where you are. I choose respond instead of react. It's also saying that you really need to see what this is. So some of you may have the tendency to drop things as soon as you're unhappy with it, but it also may be something you need to stick with instead. So some of you may have this sort of fickle energy. As soon as something goes wrong, you run away from it. So even if it's your passion or something you love, it's kind of unrealistic to expect. It's kind of unrealistic to expect things to always be perfect 24/7, or to have the same passion 24/7, 365 days a year. I pretty much did this reading because I wasn't feeling that motivated to do it, even though it is something I want to do. However, I didn't want to take too long of a break, which is why I'm doing this reading. It could be because of the retrogrades, but there are going to be some times where you feel unmotivated, so you have to dig deep into finding out what this really is. So whatever this is, something that's really draining your energy, and not just something that's just because you run into an obstacle, it doesn't mean that this is the wrong thing for you. You really have to look into what it is and what is actually draining your energy. I release attachment to the outcome and choose to enjoy the journey. So just have fun with it, get with the flow. Even if you let go of what is draining you or what is taking you out of your path, keep your focus on your goals, but don't stress about it. We have I am my own sacred space. So again, this is saying to look into and trust your intuition. With the previous card, know when you need to take a break, but you're the only one who can dictate your life. So with your self-care oracle cards, So you can take these pretty much literally or at face value, but the main message for some of these, especially with create an altar and take a bath. So I feel like this is saying to spend time to tap into your intuition, to kind of go within yourself, take that alone time. Again, this could also mean to take care of yourself as well, but I feel like it's more about tapping into your intuition. And then we have make a meal and beauty ritual. I feel like this is also about doing something that you like, or doing something that you feel it could just be a hobby or something that you do for fun. So this is kind of going back to enjoying the journey. So you don't have to be working on your passion 24/7 every day. It is okay to do things that you enjoy. For some of you, maybe you don't exactly know what your passions are, but just by having fun with things and enjoying things, maybe you can find your passions by doing that. Alright, number 2 with the malachite here. So we're starting off with these 2 cards. The morning card is about letting go of something, while the horse card is usually about running towards something or away from something. Because these 2 cards are together, I feel like the horse card is about someone running away from something. So that means the morning card isn't so much about letting go, but it feels like some of you guys kind of leave things prematurely, or you kind of leave things when things get too tough. On the flip side, the struggle in reverse and the rebirth card, it feels like you kind of hold on to things that are conveniently easy. So it feels like you guys either drop things that get too tough, or when you run into an obstacle, you just feel like giving up, to say the least. But at the same time, if something is too easy, even if it takes no effort, even if it's just something that you're not really into, but because it's easy, you still hold on to it. It could be a job, or whatever you're looking for, but for some of you it could be vices as well. But whatever it is, it doesn't contribute to your growth. And it feels like a lot of you expect what you love or your passions to be easy. This isn't saying that once you connect with that, all of a sudden you're gonna hit this huge tower moment, or you're gonna face all these challenges. But to get to what you really want to do, you should expect some obstacles that you have to get over. At the same time, there's a difference between working smart and working hard. So don't expect things to be, you just flip around and just be extremely hard, but at the same time, put a little bit of effort into some things. So that's pretty much what the journey card is. So basically, it's going to be a bit of a journey. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some time. So that's pretty much what this card says. There is power and patience. I have all the time I need. So this again clarifies what I just said about sticking to something before you quit. You have a goal out there and you run into an obstacle, or it's taking longer than you expect. This is saying to not quit because you don't see results yet. Again, stick through it a little bit longer. Self-care allows me to give to others without expectations. I feel like some of you really need to figure out what you want to do just to get the motivation to stick to something. I feel like some of you might have this kind of fickle energy because you don't exactly know what you want in your life. So once you find your passion, when you find something that you really want to do, obstacles, while they may be frustrating, or they may kind of might make you feel unmotivated or uninspired, at the same time you still want to go towards that goal. So eventually you do want to overcome that. But if you don't have that goal, or that whatever it is that you want to go towards, the the simplest obstacle is just going to deter you away from that. Really figure out what it is that you want to do. Like, this also feels like generally to take care of yourself, but this is more about finding your needs and focusing on that. So clean your own space. This could actually mean clean your house and your room, so getting rid of clutter and stagnant energy for that mental clarity. But I also feel like it's really about letting go of what's only convenient now, but may bring frustrations later. So this could be about cleaning your actual space, whether that's your room or your home. But it does feel like it's more about cleaning your mental space and getting that mental clarity. So you may need to meditate and figure out what this is. With singing, this is about self-expression and doing things for fun, even without an obvious end goal. With this, the person singing here, they may not be singing because they're practicing for audition, but it could just be something that they're doing in their free time. So this is kind of saying don't prevent yourself from doing things because it doesn't give you monetary value, even though it is not bad to be monetary motivated, or it's not bad to do things because you get money from it, but don't always do things because you don't see the practical point of it. So I feel like this is saying at the same time you want to establish a goal and have that goal, but at the same time, this is kind of what I said for part number 1. Don't feel like you have to work on that goal 24/7, 365 days a year, all day, every day. Don't be afraid to just let loose and have fun once in a while. It's good to have a goal and go for that, but at the same time, have that balance between, your work life, your social life, your play life, and all that. Pile number 3, for those of you guys who chose the amethyst here. Okay, so we'll start off with the Hooded Man, which is the Hermit card in reverse. This is usually about isolation and withdrawal, but I feel like it's more to do with feeling like you don't have a support group or people that really understand what you want to do. Some of you may feel like you don't have people to turn to, while others of you might feel like people doubt you. So some of you might be dealing with toxic people, but some of you may just feel like people just don't understand you. So the creativity card also shows a person being isolated and withdrawn, but it feels like you feel like you're kind of forced to be alone, or that because that you don't have anyone to turn to, you kind of have to rely on yourself. The Shaman card is the manifestation. The Shaman card is the manifestation card. And with the Ace of Vessels in reverse, I kind of see this as you manifesting that support group, or manifesting people that really connect with you and support you. It could be your soul tribe. You see with the swan here kind of going for this elk here. So yeah, this basically feels like you finding people that will support your dreams or the people that don't put you down. The Shaman card also feels like someone who's able to be themselves, so manifesting these people doesn't have to mean that there's something within you that you have to change. It just means that you're still doing what you want to do, you're still doing yourself, and the right people will come along. So this is more giving the energy of I'm going to do what I want to do, and the right people will come, and not I need to do something so that people will support me. So if you're dealing with people that don't support you, and especially with toxic people, don't feel like that is something that you're doing wrong within yourself that you have to change. It just means that you need to find better people in your life. So the healing card tells me that this whole thing of you finding these people, and doing what you want to do and kind of being yourself might take a little bit of work. So it also feels like that you might have to let go of the past and not dwell on it for some of you. Some of you might have to do some cord cutting work. Some of you might have to cut people out of your lives as well, or just distance yourself from them. Again, don't feel like you have to change to attract people unless you're toxic towards them. But I feel like for most of you, you guys aren't really exhibiting that behavior. And also, people can kind of sense when people are not exactly being themselves, or they're trying to be something that not only is it kind of uncomfortable and kind of cringy, but it does put that barrier of mistrust. So the more you are able to be yourself, it does inspire other people to be more open with you as well. I am open to give, and I am open to receive. So this is pretty much similar to this message. It also adds on to not being afraid to being vulnerable to people that you want to connect with. If you don't know someone, don't feel like you have to spill your heart to them. At the same time, if you have that connection with people that share vulnerability, and that connection, that openness should be mutual. If you feel like you're giving more than they give, or vice versa, something is wrong and you can't really build a connection that way. So this is not only about being yourself and being authentic, but also having that mutual trust and openness. Gratitude fuels my inspiration. So instead of going into this thinking about how much support you lack, because you're just going to attract more lack, look into things that support you, or things that have made you who you are. They don't have to be people. For example, you can be grateful for the bed for supporting your body when you sleep. You can be grateful for your room for supporting your privacy. Just start small if you have to, and kind of build out from there. It doesn't have to be related to support specifically, but I feel like for a lot of you, like you can benefit from that. But just be grateful for things in your life that have made you who you are, or have put you where you are. Even if you are in a tough situation, again, look for small things and build up from there. With gratitude, don't feel like you're lying to yourself, but do kind of find the silver lining in some things. So we have positive affirmations. I recommend the app Ideally. I'm not affiliated with them, but I do use the app a lot. I also recommend Trice Able on YouTube. She does affirmations. There are other affirmations on YouTube as well, or you can just look up positive affirmations online. Just print them out or read them or write them down. The point is that your thoughts become your beliefs, so this is a way to rewire limiting or negative beliefs. So if you feel like you're having trouble with this, maybe you start with this first and then kind of go from there. With make a vision board. Manifesting a support group isn't so much focusing on the people, but I feel like it's about breaking away from limiting beliefs and knowing what you want, so the right people can be attracted to that. You can manifest a support system, or soul tribe, or someone you connect with, but there's also that sense of detachment where you're not checking if every person you meet is that person. You're just trusting that by being yourself, the right people are going to come along. The vision board is also about you focusing on what you want and what you want to do, and again, the right people will come along and support you. Okay, with massage, I feel like for a lot of you, this is about taking care of yourself and supporting yourself. With this card, again, some of you might feel like you have to rely on yourself, but it might not exactly be a bad thing. There can be some power in this and being self-reliable and being independent. This is again saying to be your own backbone. Don't exactly rely on others. Again, I feel like a lot of you guys don't exactly do that, but at the same time, just because you're relying on yourself, don't forget to take care of yourself as well, and know that you are your own support system as well.